So this is how you add the art submissions into the document. So you're not going to want to take from the draft of the journal one because the quality might be lower because they were like placed into a Google Docs. So you're going to go straight from the drive. You always want to make sure that you have the final draft um, of that piece, not the one that we used when we were judging the pieces because people were supposed to take their signatures off of it. Um, we haven't gotten all of those new versions in yet, if there are any, but this piece is mine, so I have the updated version of it. You see my signature was supposed to be here. So I downloaded that as JPEG. And so I'm going to bring it into Photoshop here. You can see my signatures here. This is the version that we want finalized in the journal. So this is, just to clarify, this is in Photoshop, not InDesign. We want to take this into Photoshop first. We're going to click on image. We're going to click on image size. So here you see right now it's at 15 by 11. We don't want to move it around too much. If we put it into the journal and then make it larger, it might make it worse quality. So we're going to make it the size that it needs to be now. So we usually have them around like 6 by 4 or 5 by 5 or 6 by whatever. Whatever you can that's closest to 6 inches, the longest way, just because that's what fits the journal the best. So you'll see if I put the width in, which is the longest because this is a horizontal piece, it brings, we put that in the longest side, 6, because we don't want it to be too much larger than that, and then it automatically adjusts the height to 4.5 because these are linked. That's a good thing. That means it's going to keep it the same size that it is now. We always want to change the resolution to 300 because that means it's a lot better quality. We can leave the resample checked and we're going to click OK. So then you'll see it kind of like jump to the correct size. Then we're going to go to File and we're going to save. So then now, when we go to InDesign, this is, let me go to the right document. When we go to InDesign, we're going to do File, we're going to do Place, and then I just need to get to my correct thing. Here we go. This is the one that I just did. I'm going to place that in. You see it's more fit to this size. You're going to make sure you have the right thing selected because if the orange is like that, then you'll get that. So you want to make sure you have it selected. I just double clicked. So for this one, I might be like, okay, this one can definitely be bigger. Also, it's going to look pixelated when you first put it in. So if you want to see, make sure that it's the right quality, you can go up to Window and, is it Window? No, so you go to View and click Overprint View. And then that'll show it in the quality that it's going to print in. And then also we have a lot of margins and stuff here too. So we might be like, what is the journal look like when it's going to be printed? On my laptop, at least, if you just push W, it takes away all of that stuff. And this is what it's going to look like when it's printed. So as you can see, this might be too small. Because if we go to the journal from 2 years ago, which I just have pulled up, these pieces are going up to the margins. We don't want it too close to the text, so kind of making sure that we're looking at these borders, but you know, it's closer to the bottom here because that's just what makes sense visually. So don't think too hard about like technically this is like closer to this or whatever. Like this visually looks like it's centered. It's not too close to this. So just kind of go off of your eye because that's the people who get the journal aren't going to be looking at the margins. You know, they're not going to have that. They're just going to see what it looks like normally without those margins. So and then if I need to go back in, then I can just go straight back into this document. Image size, maybe I'm going to pump it up to a 7. Make sure the resolution is still good. Then you need to save it again. Make sure that it's this updated version. And then I'm just going to get rid of this. Go back to File, Place, boom. And now you see it's a little bit bigger. So now I'm like, maybe I need to do 6.5. It's not usually this touchy. This piece is just long, so it's needs more adjusting. Yeah, and I think, let me see if there's maybe a shortcut for this. If you want it to be, if you want to measure it like this across here is about like 6.6. And yeah, so then you just go back in, make sure that it's the correct size. And I'm having us do that last because we don't know how many pages each of these pieces are going to take up. So we want to make sure that we don't like put a piece here and then realize this is too squished and needs a second page if there's more writing. So yeah.